Joseph Roth.
How do you spell Roth?
R-O-T-H.
Okay, Joseph, can you kind of tell me, I mean, this is a horrifying accident situation. What's your relation to this?
So my stepfather, Chaim Rosenberg, my stepsister, Malki Rosenberg, and her husband, Benny Wise, is in there. He's my stepbrother-in-law, and they're all in the building. And I'm kind of a little frustrated by the fact that I missed it by one day. I was supposed to come Thursday afternoon at 12 o'clock, and this happened at, I believe, 1:30 a.m. in the morning. And I was supposed to visit them for the weekend. My stepfather, he lives in that building for almost a year now, and my stepsister and her husband were just coming there for vacation. And I just received the news early that morning that what happened, the tragedy. Got on the first flight out with all my family. And when I got there, I was a little frustrated because on the way here, I was very hopeful that they were going to do search and rescue and try to do all that they can. And when I got there and we went to the site, and there was just nobody doing anything. There was not one person working on the rubble or doing anything about it. And finally, till about 5 o'clock yesterday, which is already 20 hours before, that's when they started working. And even then, there were only a couple people on site doing stuff. So it's just very frustrating when your family's in there and you're praying and you're hoping that someone could do something, that you see the lack of effort and that they're just not doing enough, and just the care is not there. It's just, it kills you inside, because that's the only thing you're just praying and hoping that they're okay.
You said your stepsister, husband, and you said one other person?
My stepfather.
And stepfather. And you, and I mean, do you have any idea? I mean, have you heard anything?
I haven't. I got woken up, I heard they were missing, but I wasn't so panicked right away because it wasn't, I don't think it was his side of the building that got the worst of it. And on top of that, I heard he was missing, but I heard that there was a room procedure to get everyone out, so they didn't have their phones, so I was hopeful. And I heard that people were working around the clock trying to dig it up, so I was very hopeful at first. But now it's already over 24 hours later, and just 36 hours later, just witnessing everything and going back and forth to the site and just seeing the lack of effort and care, it kills me inside.
And we've had collectively we've been standing on our feet for 36 hours directly in the building next to the site. We've been watching the recovery crews. There hasn't been any recovery crews on any of the hills. There is a big mountain of rubble. There are now, they say, 159 people in there. They're all human beings who all deserve a chance to survive, if there is any. And there is no exerted effort being put in by the municipalities here to actually make that happen. And the only thing that we've seen go on that hill on two separate occasions over the course of a couple of hours were a couple of dogs sniffing the debris and the rubble. And the reality is that this is a concrete poured-in-place building, and dogs cannot sniff beyond 4 inches of concrete. And that's how they're determining and making decisions whether people should live or die. And quite frankly, if they don't have the ability to put enough manpower out there, then they should open up their gates, allowing other agencies.
We're willing to go in ourselves.
I mean, we're going. Yeah, we're ready to go in ourselves. They let us. We have over 100 people ready to go in ourselves to try and search and rescue. We're ready to sign waivers, and then just refuse to listen. And the reality is that there are people alive there, and there are people that have the ability with other agencies to come and help, like the U.S. Army, Corps of Engineers has the capacity to deal with something like this.
Israel.
Mexico, they have an Israeli team here that we've been trying since 8:30 a.m. On the day of the incident to actually get them in. They refused to let. And the answer to our requests to expand the process and expand the recovery effort are huge front loader excavators coming in and moving around debris and concrete as if this is just a regular demolition site. And there are 160 souls there, and each one of them deserve the chance to survive.
Yeah, that's so far they're getting more information.
At least 160 souls, and we're watching it around the clock, and there's been no one lifting a piece of rubble or dirt. And I'm not even talking about concrete, I'm talking about rubble and debris that humans have the ability to physically raise and physically remove. And there's no assembly team, there's not one container here to actually receive debris off the site. And that's what's frustrating. And 130 people, to be quite frank, is not enough with an effort like this to try to potentially save so many lives. And the rate they're going right now is not only not saving lives, but actually ripping bodies apart. And it's just mind-boggling to see that. And we don't know who to cry out to, and we don't know who to plead with. We pleaded with the mayor, we pleaded with the chief of the Miami-Dade Search and Rescue, Fire Search and Rescue. We pleaded with literally everybody we could plead with, and made our way all the way in. We went in all the way. We have an apartment next door that we have access to, which has an aerial view. We see my uncle's couch and stepdad's couch, literally sitting outside. It was a second floor apartment. We see his pillows. We see the screen door. We just asked them, please, just go there. Just physically try to find them, and they're there. It's a bit, you know, and to no avail. And it's just frustrating. And I'm sure I'm not only speaking for us, for our family,